Good morning. It's Saturday, October 19th, and barely an hour after Israel confirmed that it had killed Yahya Sinwar, the Hamas leader and the architect of the October 7, 2023 massacre, the very smart people in Washington jumped in with helpful advice. Israel, they said, should say it will end the war. And I totally disagree with that statement. I believe Israel should fight to the very end to get the hostages back and keep Hamas from enlarging its presence in that part of the world. Even though many of our politicians, including our vice president, have said that Israel should say it's going to end the war. Why? Why do they want that? Israel is a nation fighting for its survival. If it does not win this war, it leaves its enemies to continue growing and continue doing evil deeds. So how can we, with good conscience, put the people of Israel at risk? Because that's what we're doing. If the world continues to say, take it easy, don't kill these guys, they're not going to stop. Is Hamas going to pack up and go away? Is Hezbollah going to pack up and go away? No, they're going to continue shooting rockets into Israel. They're going to continue manufacturing weapons and keeping Israel at war if Israel decides to back off. Israel has no choice in the matter. They must continue to defend themselves, even though the rest of the world, or almost the rest of the world, wants them to declare peace. Is Hamas going to sit down at a table and sign a document? And even if they were willing to do that, can we trust them? No. Hatred of the Jew is something that has been in existence for over 5,000 years. And we as Jews should understand that we cannot accept anything except the stoppage of this anti-Semitism. And so Israel must fight to the bitter end. So there are many on the Democratic-friendly ticket that believe that Sinwar's death is a moment of opportunity to finally end the war in Gaza. Now that the bad guy is dead, Israel should lay down its arms and engage in peaceful diplomatic negotiation. It's a talking point that we will probably hear more and more these days, but it's wrong, it's stupid, and it's dangerous. If Israel takes steps back, that will only allow Hamas and Hezbollah and their enemies to increase their attacks on Israel, to prepare for the next vicious cycle. Just look at the instantly iconic picture of the slain Sinwar, lying lifeless in the rubble as three robust Israeli soldiers tower his soot-covered corpse. And you realize that Washington's insistence on diplomacy at any cost is nonsense. You must realize that war is precisely the answer, and that Israel must win this war decisively, get rid of its enemies once and for all. Although that is impossible. If we step back and look at the last 5,000 years, we know that it's impossible. Hatred of the Jew has been in existence since time immemorial. So what makes Washington and all of these others pretenders that there can be peace believe that when anti-Semitism is on the rise? And it rises at the drop of a hat. So there is no way, in my mind, that Israel can declare that it wants a peaceful solution, that it's ready to pack up and go home quietly. Sometimes you have to destroy your enemy. You have to recognize that you are fighting a genocidal terror group that is hell-bent upon raping your women and beheading your children and eliminating every last civilian in your universe. You can't stop until you definitely win. And I don't even know if it's really possible to eradicate anti-Semitism, to eradicate groups like Hezbollah and Hamas. How can you do that when you have nations like Iran supporting these evil deeds? So when those say we got to escalate or de-escalate or do whatever the hell they're talking about, it makes no sense to me. Israel continues to struggle with desperate Hezbollah rocket attacks and attacks from Hamas going on constantly in Gaza. So while the Biden administration ramped up its threats of cutting off weapon shipments to Israel, do they really think that's the appropriate approach to make announcements like that? The world, if they hear that the United States is no longer backing Israel, will the Israeli enemies stop? No, that will only increase their fervor in destroying that little nation that sits in the middle of its entire enemy population. So I don't believe that Israel should stop the fight. They have to win this war, and that really seems like an impossibility. But quitting is not the answer. So I leave you with that this morning. I hope you can have a great day. Take care. Bye.
Thank you.